special guest today, and I'm so excited for you all to get to meet and talk with Heidi Little. So, as you are finding this, there's Heidi. As you are finding this, please share it out. I'm gonna play my theme song, and y'all just help me to share it out far and wide, and let's get people to come in and hear what Heidi has to tell us today about International Children's Month. So this is my theme song, Even If the Sky is Falling Down.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
I love that song. That I feel like that song was written for me. It's by a group called Dandelion, and the words to it. When I first heard that song, I'm like, that really is how I live my life these days. The sky can look like it's falling, all this chaos going around the world. I don't have to go into that. I don't have to get caught up in any of that. I can keep my high. I can keep my vibration the way I want it to be. It is a personal choice. So, welcome to Gratitude Happy Hour, where we talk about high vibration. And one of the most high vibrating people I know is right here with me, Heidi Little. Heidi is so amazing. She is a singer and songwriter. And Heidi, I love your music. I was just listening to some, in fact, this afternoon. And Heidi is also the co-founder and director of International Children's Month, which starts really, really soon. So I'd love for you to share with us about that, Heidi, and anything else you want to share today. Let's just make it a high vibe day.
Teri, thank you so much for always bringing your love and your truth and your bright smile and your happy heart to everything that you do. I really appreciate and value you and the contributions that you're making in the world. And I know you're on the road, and I do that, and I've been there, and I know how exhausting and exhilarating it is all at the same time. And I just want to thank you and honor you for the work that you're doing. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Thanks for having International Children's Month on your show. It's very exciting. Um, so our theme this year is how do we build a world that works for all? And we invite everyone to explore that for themselves and with their people. And that is really what International Children's Month has always been about. This is our 9th year. We are a free 365-day-a-year thematic empowerment activity platform for children and youth and families and educators internationally. And yeah, we've done some pretty cool stuff over the years. Going out and doing water medicine wheel work and working with Dr. Emoto back in 2014, landing the Messages from Water book for North America, and going out and doing water medicine wheel work and helping with the support of I Don't Know More. And, we've been very blessed. And now those youth are 19 and 20 and running different organizations and really doing beautiful, beautiful work. And so this year, I founded the Center for Advancement in Social Emotional Learning, and it's taken 4.5 years to do the final structure, and it's finally complete. So it's not as in-depth a month as we normally have. It's usually chock block full for the whole month, and since it's such an important thing to really feel things in the body and in a positive way. There's a lot of fear to counter. There's a lot of doubt. People don't know exactly what's going on in the world right now. But what we do know is what we can cultivate within inside of ourselves. And I've always been a supporter. And as a social emotional learning educator, that's always been lead with the heart, right? How is our connection to our heart? So the theme for the month is exploring how we build a world that works for all. And of course, we're working with We the World. And World Unity Week is within International Children's Month. It runs like the 18th to the 26th or something like that.
Right.
And so people can get on board with that. And they're putting together a huge convergence. So shout out to Ben Bowler and Becky and all the people who are helping to put together World Unity Week. And We the World has a room, focusing on youth empowerment and unity and disarmament and all the different themes that help us build a world that works for all. And on the 21st is our big day. And we have been running what we call a Children's Global Wave of Love for 9 years. And on that day, which is World Peace and Prayer Day, we invite everyone on earth to cultivate in their heart and their time zone love, care, and respect for all the children on earth. And so we feel what that really feels like, and I invite you now to just put your hands to your heart and breathe in the love and breathe out the love. Just ask yourself, how do we build a world that works for all? What is your gift? What is your contribution to that beautiful medicine blanket, to that tapestry that we're weaving? And then we ask people to send that out to the next time zone. So love, care, and respect, feeling what that feels like for love, care, and respect, and then we send it forth to the next time zone. So it starts in New Zealand and it ends in Hawaii, and it's based on the Fibonacci sequence of divine increasing increments of love. And so it literally is an energetic wave that courses across the planet, bringing with it, I see it as this beautiful golden light of love. And this year's special, Grandfather Golden Eagle has joined us with the People's Wave of Love. And it's beginning in the morning for sunrise ceremony and ending at the end of the day with sunset. Now, I already do Agnihotra fire ceremony morning, sunrise, and evening sunset every day. So to me, I'm like, awesome. We're going to have a whole bunch of other people join us for this thing. And then it's World Peace and Prayer Day with Chief Arvo Looking Horse. 26th year, I think. Last year was 25. And I have yet to lock in with those guys to find out exactly what's happening, but I know it will be awesome. And again, a big day of prayers and of love and action. And I will be doing a live stream, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the entire day of gifted, loving, interesting panels and lenses exploring the question, how do we build a world that works for all? And we're covering everything from how do you build a community to how do you build up your heart and your self-esteem to how do you work with your family, how do you work with your friends, how do we build a world that the planetary world, how can we do that from our little bodies out in the world? And I have no idea how it's going to go because it's always very, very interesting. And I just show up in service and say, okay, this is what we're doing today. And
that's what it's all about.
I expect a lot of love to be cultivated.
Right.
There's a lot of people who really want to shift the narrative. And that narrative shifting, when it's done in love, can only do good things for the present and future generations. So, hallelujah, rock and roll, and here we grow, I suppose.
It's so exciting. And I have a couple of things that I want to say.
Sure.
And, I used to have the mindset of, what does it matter? I'm only one person. What does it matter what I do? What does it matter if I'm angry or sad or happy? I'm just one person, right? And then I find out, yes, every one of our frequencies that we put forth add to the total frequency of the world. So it does matter. Each person matters. So somebody might be out there saying, when we ask that question, how we can build a better world, how we can build a world that works for all of us, you may be saying, I'm just one person. What does it matter? It definitely matters. So I just wanted to share that was a revelation I had years ago, that, whatever I'm doing, it does matter. It makes a difference.
It
the other thing
does.
I wanted,
It so does. And I know people right now who are in such challenging situations, they're asking themselves that question. And I have faith everybody will find out how divine, important, powerful, beautiful that they are. And that's what I want for them. And so hopefully, if this supports even one person in that way, great. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to meeting and exploring with new people, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Terry, while you're on your travels here, what do you think about that? When you think to yourself, how do we build a world that works for all, based on your recent experiences? What is it? What do you think?
It's opening up, for one thing, the communication lines. I met a young man just this morning. I met a young man that I was talking to, and he worked in Starbucks. I'm not promoting Starbucks, although I love their chai tea lattes. And so he was asking, where are you traveling to? What's going on? And so I shared with him my vision of bringing peace into the world wherever I go, to talk to people about peace. And he goes, I've just opened up to that. I just am now exploring having peace inside of me. Aww. And so we had this beautiful discussion, and he was young. He was maybe 20, if that. And I said, isn't that what it's all about? You have to find that peace inside so that we can have it out in the world. And we just had a wonderful discussion about that. And that's what I try to do with whoever I talk to along the way, whether it's somebody camping right beside of me or a group that I've gone into when I do the land blessings. It's all about communicating and making this observation that we can all have conversation about how we can affect that peace in the world. How do we make it happen? And we have that power. We do. Whatever we focus on expands. So if we're focusing on your question of how do we have this world that works for everybody, our brain is going to start thinking about that, and then it'll come up in our conversations. And before you know it, we're just brainstorming of ways that we can make a difference, ways that we can help others. And Heidi, I loved that you mentioned that there are kids that you started working with and having involved in International Children's Month, and now they are going to be our future leaders.
They are
The
the
children
leaders.
are
They're
our
already
future.
the leaders. It's amazing. I'm going to be joined by Raheen Fatima. She's going to host with me all day. She's 13. She's from Pakistan. And she is putting together a panel, of course, as well. And she got to meet the Dalai Lama. Actually, two of our teammates from International Children's Month, Shetezka Martinez and Raheen Fatima, both got to meet the Dalai Lama at the same time on the same broadcast. I was so proud. No one has any idea that I love these children and I've been supporting them. And that's totally fine with me. But I was just in the background going, yeah, let's go, team.
Proud
Oh my gosh.
mama.
So amazing. I just love it. And I have to mention Kakori because they're a new app that we just joined forces with. Our guide, like we kind of dropped the ball a little bit on our June guide because we're all so overworked and everybody's volunteering, right, for We the World and International Children's Month, and so the guide's not done yet. And the Kakori ladies with the new SEL app swooped in today and they were like, we'll build your feature for you. And then you can just like send it all out with here, all out through here. So we can start to build a community on there also of interested progressive educators and youth leaders, who want to keep moving forward with the whole game. We love to channel children and youth who are looking for something to do into this 0 hour or into Earth Guardians or into one of the projects, right? Any project they want, right? That's always been our deal is how can we support you? How can we get your voice out? How can we get your work out? So, if you've got any children in your lives that are fantastic and outstanding and they're onto it and they want to make a difference, hook them up with us because we have all of these mentors and adulting people with little 4-year-old inner light child people who are interested in supporting everybody, right? And keeping the platforms open. And with International Children's Month, we have so many places to put content. I'm a television network director now, so we've got 3 different channels opened up. And then we've got International Children's Month where we can feature people. And we got We the World where we can feature people. We do panels, we produce events, we have all kinds of stuff going on. So it's all about raising the bar for love, care, and respect. And it's so interesting because right now we're seeing such, the dichotomy of it all, right? Like this 22-year-old girl got sentenced to 2 years and 2 months prison yesterday for protesting in Russia. So, heartfelt love and just surrounding her in light and beauty, for her choice. And she knows she's right. She knows what she's doing is right. And this is the thing with our inner guidance systems is we know when we're making the right choice, right? You can feel it. And even if you are totally out to lunch, when it comes to right and wrong for you, you can tell if you just stop and connect for just a second. And so it's like it's high time for all 8 billion of us to recognize the empowerment that's within us and that together we are so strong and love is unstoppable. It's the most beautiful force on earth. So, it makes everything flourish and grow. It cooks good food. It gets it there on time. It protects, it saves, it nurtures, it uplifts, it empowers, it unites, right? It fuels and brings energy. And like you said, that goes out to everyone. Even if you're the only candle in the room, you're still lighting that room. And we're not taught that. They didn't teach us that in school. Well, maybe a bit in church, but even then, it's a cultivation of an inner light. So
Yeah, it is. And, I work closely with an ascended master called Kuan Yin.
oh
She
yeah, we
was the
love
goddess
her.
of compassion. And Kuan Yin, I channeled a message from her years ago, and the message was love heals.
Oh,
So
definitely.
as we show love to somebody, as you were saying, it nurtures, it warms, it changes how we are inside. And that's the healing then that can take place. Our cells respond to that. So all healing comes from the inside. And when we can share that love out with each other, we are healing our planet. We're helping everyone on the planet that can hear our words to heal inside. And I love that. I love that it not only bonds us together, but it helps us heal on the
Yes.
inside.
Yes. And then you want to take it to the next level. You begin to imagine how it looks for everyone.
Yeah.
Wherever, you see the issue. It's like if I want to end homelessness, I'm going to see the streets of LA and Vancouver empty except for the flowers and people who are provided for, right?
Right.
I'm
Yes.
going to, and then I'm going to take every action I can to make sure that kind of thing happens, right?
Yes.
It's like, it's that beautiful creative, when we put the creativity together with the heart power, and then our action, right? Walking love in action.
Yes.
It's an unstoppable movement. It gets me
It
really
is.
excited. I love it. Yeah,
Yes,
I love
it is. And Heidi, I know so many people have heard that call to action now.
Good.
I'm not alone here out on this journey. I'm by myself driving that vehicle, but I've encountered so many other people that have also heard the call. They're like, it's time to put boots to the ground. It's time to actually put motion behind our emotion
Yeah.
and to get this word spread far and wide that we can have peace, that peace is possible.
Yes.
And I know it is. I know it in my heart. And I see it wherever I go.
Yeah.
I see people being more kind and people
Me too.
wanting a world that works.
And they're trying hard to make sure it does work. Yes, they are. I see it everywhere too. I know. The old way is over. That old way of self-service and, just holier than thou, it's gone. It's like now people are recognizing, oh yeah, no, it is better if we treat each other better and we work together in whatever way we have to. 6 feet apart, right? I mean, right there, we got an education in minding our space, tending our space, right?
Yeah. I call it stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Take care of what's going on in you. And then that's going to show to everyone else that's around you trying to stay in their lane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing because I love the trust exercises. And I teach trust exercises, right? Like where you literally catch people, where like 12 people put their hands underneath one person and carry the person across the room, that kind of thing. So when I hear stick to your own lane, I'm like, oh God, I'm in everybody's lane. I'm all over the place in people's lanes. And there's a color and a fluidity because we're water. You know what I mean? If it gets too rigid, people get PO'd, So it's like, may we be able to flow where we need to flow to grow the most divinely as possible, Just like I know you're driving every day. You have to stay in your own lane when you're driving. It's really important.
It is important, and it's important that all those other people do too.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
but
bet
to
you
me, staying in our own lane is not trying to. Yeah, we're not trying to force anything on anybody. We just allow.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Florida that says, "Accept, align, allow." it's the AAA, and you take it with you everywhere.
There
You
you
know,
go.
just that acceptance of others just as they are.
Yep.
We don't have to jump over there and direct them or guide them. We just love them and
There
accept.
are a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're just walking around fine, you know,
Mhm.
with where everybody's at. And then there are others that are jumping down each other's throats. And
Mhm.
the difference is vast, and thank God it's vast. But those are the opportunities that we get to realize. Those are threshold guardians, you know.
Yeah.
They're meeting us to see, can we cultivate within the heart and continue to move forward
Mhm.
like that? Or are we going to get as angry and upset and as ugly as they are? And that never feels good. Never.
No, it doesn't.
Never.
Yeah. And we have that choice every
Yes.
day.
Thank
We
God.
make those decisions. Am I going to jump into that fire? Am I going to
Ooh.
jump on a bandwagon? Or am I going to hold space of love and help others see by example what it is to love?
Aw, yeah. You're good at that. You're very good at that.
It's not me, it's the angels.
Oh no, it's you too, honey. You know it. You have to. You're the grounding rod here. I always tell any of my students that they're the beings between heaven and earth, and heaven can't be here without you. So, you know.
Yeah. I wanted to give some gratitude right now. I'm so grateful for the people that I've met along this journey. Some I had known online already, but some I've met for the first time. And I am right now in this beautiful space, this home of Tomas Garza and his wife Cindy. And Tomas broadcasts from this very room every day. So some of you that are on Enlightened World Network right now might recognize this room because he teaches A Course in Miracles every day from this space. And I just want to thank Tomas and Cindy for bringing me into their home today. I met them for the first time in person. I think it was about a month and a half or 2 months ago. And so when I was here in Phoenix again, they're like, oh, let's get together. We want to see you. So they were kind enough to let me be in the air condition to do this broadcast and not out in the heat of Phoenix, which is very hot today. So I just wanted to give that shout out and to say hello to some of the people that have come on with us. Jean, Montserrat, thank you for being here. Gracias. And Erica, so much love to all of you that came in to learn about International Children's Month and what that means. And how can you get involved? So Heidi, how can they get involved?
Well, if they'd like to go to internationalchildren.world, there is an ambassador link. You can fill it out, click the button, sign up as an ambassador, and then we can help support you in whatever you want to do in your family or your community or your hemisphere or for the planet. We're connected to thousands of groups. We've got something for everybody. And other than that, please just explore that question with your people this month and enjoy your children and the youth in your life. And if you can help them feel empowered and uplift them in any way of love, of care, of respect, please do it. We've got a Facebook page where you're free to post any kind of content that has to do with love, care, and respect of the children. We even post the hard things sometimes because that's how we have to get through things. Sometimes people need prayers. Sometimes people need money. Sometimes people need resources. So, you know, it's good to bring out that which needs attention. Yeah. So we just say 30 straight days from popcorn to parades, you know, let's raise the bar of love, care, and respect for all the children and youth on earth. And of course, we believe that everyone is a child of this planet, right? So 0 to 110. I don't know how old the oldest person living is today, but I'm going to guess somewhere up there. And, you know, you can get involved with the live streams, share them out. Donations are always welcome. This year, we'll be funding the different youth projects that they have. They need money to move forward, and we'd love to be able to help them do that. 100% of anything we raise. We have never really received or accepted money for International Children's Month other than when we sell t-shirts. There is a banner down at the bottom of the website that shows the different things you can purchase, all about one, or International Children's Month, of course. And other than that, just get on the emailing list and get active in your community. This is about, you, Teri, sharing the message for June, and Lisa and Richard and Nancy and Frank and Bob and Shannon and all of the people on this planet that resonate with the mission. And how can you not? And just talk about it, tell people about it. We're going for legitimacy for 2022. We're going to take it to the UN, and we're going to try and get it all really in the books. And then on that whole other level will open up. That will be 10 years next year. So we'll see.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Heidi, if there's somebody, I love what you just said, but if there's somebody out there that maybe doesn't have children or grandchildren, and they're like, how can I get involved? How does that affect me? I love what you just said about this is for everybody. You don't have to have little ones in your life. You can just do it for the mass, do it for the collective. These
Do
children.
for your child inside of you. We all have a little 4-year-old inside of us, and that child needs to be fed, or you get a grumpy adult, and being grumpy is no fun. So.
No, it's no fun at all. And so you can help out like any of the ways that Heidi mentioned. And we start on June 1st, correct? There's going to be something every day of the month. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, there's the guide hopefully will be done. And they can check internationalchildrensmonth.com. There's a whole list of activities for things that you can do. There's communication, there's grandparent stories, there's how to active and supportive listen. Like, what is listening? How do we actively and supportively do it so people feel heard? We went with the bare bone basics of what we thought as platform designers were like core structure for how do we build a world that works for all. When people are loved, when they are heard and listened to, when they are appreciated and valued, when they are allowed space to share about themselves and who they are and what they care about, that's when we have peace, right? And so on that platform is all kinds of, and there's 8 years of other platforms that are there also down the left hand side. There's a water platform, there's an earth platform, there's a self-love platform, there's a whole being platform, there's a team platform, there's an activist platform. Lots of platforms, and they're all full of activities to do. And so those are going to transfer to this Kakori app also. So when that comes out, we will feature that on International Children's Month, and the app will have all the different activities for the month in it too. So yay, I know, right? I'm like, okay, great. And then of course join us on Facebook on the 21st for 12 hours of all kinds of people doing all kinds of things that will help inspire all different types of people in many different ways, right? Because what else could we bring? But
what else can we bring? I will be there.
Levels, right? Many levels and layers to the whole thing.
Yeah. So Charlie says I am grumpy.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that inner child needs to play some. Is that what you're thinking, Heidi?
You know what came to mind instantly is the inner smile. Yeah. So we start in the mind and we smile in the mind. And of course, breathing in the love, Charlie, and breathing out the love is like wearing tap shoes for your soul. So breathing in the love. And this might take a minute for some people. Yeah. And breathing out the love. That's my number one. And then that inner smile, it starts in the mind and it travels down the throat and into the heart. And then it goes from there into the lungs. I like to see it as a split personality, and we get one on each side, through the heart, down into the lungs, down through the esophagus, into the tummy, and have the tummy smile. And they say the body is like its own solar system. So if you smile into your kidneys, and you smile into your liver, and you smile into your large intestine, and you smile into your pancreas, and you smile down your urethra, right? And then just keep it there. Smile at the base of who you are, or pick a spot that you feel needs more care. Pushing that worldly stuff out of our area and giving ourselves just a minute. And another thing that's really easy to do is wherever we put our hands, we enhance our attention on it. So if you just put your hands on your heart and you breathe in the love, and just remember you're not alone.
Right.
That we're here with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So beautiful. Thank you, Heidi.
I
I could feel that. And one thing that I felt was when you release, when you exhale that energy, just let it go and say something, even if it's just a sound, just like you're, just let it go. And that way you hear that you're letting it go. You're not just exhaling, you're actually seeing the energy removing itself from your body and let it go to be transmuted.
Yep. Sometimes we got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can just breathe in the love and breathe out the love and just be love. Sometimes we make ourselves very complicated up here. And really, we are not very complicated when it comes down to it. Right? Water, food, a roof over our heads, some people to love, but at the very least, our own body to love. Because when we love ourselves, then we attract other people to love more also.
Absolutely. And we attracted Lisa Berry in Canada. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. And she says, I like that. Hear that you are letting it go. Sometimes when we use more of our senses, when we're working on our inner self, it just brings it more clear to us what we are doing. And I want to read Jean's comment to you, Heidi.
Okay.
She says, thank you for what you have done for our children.
Aww.
The answer to peace lies in the divine love in their hearts. Is International Children's World where we go to see all of these activities.
Yeah, there's 2 websites, Jean. So hopefully internationalchildren.world gets finished in time. And no matter what, I run internationalchildrensmonth.com. It's not the most savvy website in the world, but it gets the job done. Yeah? So visit us for sure on internationalchildrensmonth.com, and I'll keep it updated for June.
Okay, I just typed that in for the comments.
The guide is supposed to be live on internationalchildren.world. For sure, you can sign up as an ambassador there. And you can see all of last year's stuff we did too. 2020 was amazing. We had Ella Gandhi in the room with World Peace and Prayer Day. I was able to host them. Their feed went down, and we had 27 chiefs and Mahatma Gandhi's granddaughter in the room. And, you know, that's the thing with synchronicity. That's the thing with love, attracting more love. Her grandfather, she had no idea, but her grandfather is in all my books. I have 14 books that I've written in the last 5 years. And The Child of the Heart, my thesis and dissertation, that I fought 12 people to prove that teaching self-love and education was important. Her grandfather is all through that. And he said this: we have spent years training the mind, centuries training the body, and we have allowed the heart to atrophy. And his call to educators, which I am and have been for 27 years, along with music, is if you do anything, please teach the children about their hearts. And I said, that's it. I'm in. I'm all in. I was already all in, but I really went for it. Like, dedicated like 5 years of my life to building the Center for Advancement in Social Emotional Learning, because we got to do it. I spent 10 years helping the children rise up, and then what happened? Their parents, we forgot about their parents. We forgot about the teachers. I was like, oh no. So, so now we're working on that aspect, you know. And we can serve more of the community too, you know, like the different police forces and the trainings and the emergency workers, you know, the people who are frontline workers. There's just so many people that deserve love and to love themselves and to know how to do that, right? Those embodiment practices, tools, and techniques. I just love it. I'm just like, let's do it. Sing and dance and do whatever you can do to make yourself happy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's collaboration.
Yay.
No,
Do it. June is about us. It's about we. So let's do it.
Right. That's right. Well, I certainly appreciate all this information. And I want everybody to go check out International Children's Month and see if it speaks to you. You know, many times when we're not aware of something, we just don't know that we can do something. But now you're aware. You've heard it straight from Heidi. You have heard how you can get involved, your prayers, your support, spreading the word. I think that is what the essential thing is right now, letting more people know. And that's why Heidi and I were in a meeting together yesterday. And I said, Heidi, why don't you just come on Gratitude Happy Hour? Let's just get this word going out far and wide and see how people can jump on this and do their part, do whatever speaks to your heart to do. So if you're feeling that nudge, you know, that little nudge that the angels give us, if they're saying, you know, you can do something, maybe you're not out there with your feet on the ground doing something, but you can use your fingers, you can type, you can share, you can spread the word. And that's what I think is so essential right now. It's getting more people knowing about this so that we do know that there's more that we can do and not just sit on the couch. My team of angels told me a few years ago, they said it's no longer time to sit on the couch. You know, we can't just sit there and wait for other people to do the work. Each one of us has to ask inside, what's my part? What is my part? And how can I work to create a world that works for all of us?
Exactly.
Right, Heidi?
How do we do it? What's your brick? Or what's your ingredient to the humble pie? You know? I appreciate it. Every single one whose hearts are feeling like more open, you know? And that's it. It's like, can we open more hearts? Of course we can. And how do we do that? We open ours and we just allow ourselves to be, of course, the best defense is a good offense, right? Like, hello,
Right.
I am here, I'm in love. But the beautiful thing about that love is it pushes back the darkness and it doesn't come around because it's not the same vibration. You know what I mean? It's a different vibration. It has to transform. That's what happens. The Grateful Dead say, darkness has got to give, you know? And you know, what if it just needs to be taught?
Yeah.
Right? What if it just needs to be explored, the love explored further? And as we cultivate that garden and that exploration, everything transforms. We all know what it's like to clean the house. We love cleaning the house, right? You can see when you're done with your vacuum, you made progress. Right? That's the beautiful thing about cleaning the house. Artie Kornfeld told me that, the Godfather Woodstock. He said, I love cleaning the house because I can see the progress. Sometimes it takes years to see the progress of something some seed you've planted, you know? Thank you to everyone who will cultivate this quest this month. How do we build a world that works for all? What is for us to do? What is for us to be? And please do what makes you happy. Please
Yes.
do what makes your heart sing and helps you to feel fulfilled. And just love yourself.
Just love yourself.
It's such a good thing to do.
Absolutely.
Hi, honey. There's Bridget. Mom.
Yes. So as you can see, Heidi is a mom.
I definitely
Um, so
am.
Heidi, I know that in addition to doing International Children's Month, you also are a singer and songwriter, as I mentioned earlier. How do people find you for that aspect of you and learn more about the beautiful individual that you are that has just blessed us with your voice?
You're so sweet. HeidiLittle.com leads to all the facets of me. And I'm working, I love you too. And I'm working on this new record. Might have to let him in. He's like at the door going, what do you guys do?
Well, it's okay.
You want to meet
I'm
him?
very flexible here.
Have you met Bridger? I don't know if you've met him yet. Let me see.
HeidiLittle.com. I just typed that in. Heidi's got some amazing music on there.
Shh. Okay. So, music is my saving grace. And I write music for myself to be able to move through things and rise up, and for anyone who hears it to move through things and rise up. And it's my big belief that when the light thought itself out of the darkness, the first thing conscious thought was in color and sound. And so, hence why music just loves us in the right way if it's good, if it's good music. So I pride myself on putting good music into the world. And now I have a new project I'm working on, actually, and our band name is From the Stars. So I wound up through this pandemic finding my very first bandmate, Jared Tyler. And he's amazing. You guys check him out. He's so good. And he just released a new record called Middle of Infinity. So good. This guy can sing like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So we've got 12 songs in the can, and it looks like we'll have a release in July. And I'm everywhere. Spotify is probably the best, since they tell me that's the one I should cultivate. And, I'm good with any of it. But I play out. I've got a show on the 24th here in Smithville. I've been starting to play festivals around, social distancing, and I grew up with a nurse, so masks to me were no big deal, right? Because, they were around, and I grew up in a home daycare center with 27 other people's children, so it was, cleanliness is a good thing. Oh, and here's another kid. So, the gang's all here, and summer vacation is almost happening. And in the grand scheme of things, I love music, and I am just so grateful to be able to sing and play, and I invite everybody to have a listen in here, and please do whatever you can do to, like I said, to make yourself happy. For me, thank God, it's music and singing. They've proven that singing actually heightens our energetic frequency and makes us feel better, and it's just good for us. Would you like to come on and say hello? Instead of jumping around behind me. I'm on a
Hi there.
like, Teri!
Who is this?
Where'd my thing go?
This is Bridger. And,
Hi,
and
baby.
he is... And,
Did you take it?
I think that...
I think he's gorgeous.
Thanks. Thanks. He's going to start kindergarten this year. He's pretty excited about the whole
Oh,
thing.
cool.
And it's hot out. It's Texas. We've had rain for 6 days, so it's very fun. And I think that in the middle of whatever anyone is doing, just continuing to keep the peace inside of ourselves is really important. That's what I think.
Absolutely. I so appreciate you being here today. I'm very grateful to you
Thanks, Teri,
for taking
having
time.
me on. I really
for
appreciate
taking
it,
that time out of your day and taking time away from your family to come and bless us with your beautiful self. And everybody that came on, thank you for joining us today. I am on the move with the Angel Mobile. So tonight I will head towards Sedona, and I'm hoping to be able to catch that lunar eclipse early in the morning. And I don't know if I can catch it on film, but I'm going to do my best. And then tomorrow we'll have a little circle of releasing with the full moon energy. So that's what the Peace on Earth Tour is doing right now as I wind my way up to South Dakota. I'll be headed toward a Sundance Festival up there in June, and so excited to be taking all of you along with me. You're all in the Angel Mobile. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. I'm so grateful for the support, whether it's a prayer, spreading the word, chanting, talking about peace, whatever it looks like for you, whatever makes you happy, as Heidi said, and whatever you're comfortable sharing. Thank you for doing that. And Heidi, let's just keep on moving forward with peace on earth and with helping our children of the world understand what that means, to really feel it in their hearts that peace is possible and that it is here. We make that statement every night. I'd like to end the show before we say goodbye. I'd like to end it with our statement that we make. We do a chanting every night to bring in more peace, love, and joy. And at the end of the night, we say, we declare that there is peace on earth, and we declare that that peace begins inside of us. It has to start there, and then we share it out. Heidi, thank you. Any last words for us before we sign off?
Thanks for being love in action, and we appreciate you participating. Thank you, Teri, for having us, and safe travels. Oh my gosh, all the love to you and all to everybody out there. Just love and light all around, clearing that space, sending lots of love. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your time. It's valuable. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. And we are going to leave you with a namaste, y'all. Love you. See you
Yay!
later.
Thanks, Teri.
Bye.
Happy International Children's Month, everyone.
Yes, yes. Let's get it going. Spread the word.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.